Hello everyone at Women for One. I'm so happy to be joining with your community today. My name's Casey Bree Jensen and I'm here to share a little bit of my story so I can help maybe some of you that are going through a similar situation. About 7 years ago, I was down in Disneyland, which just happens to be my favorite place on this planet. And I got the phone call that unexpectedly my mom had passed away here in Seattle. So I got on the plane, came back. You know, I wanted to go and tell my mom all my stories about Mickey and all the things that I did in California, but she wasn't here. And so that began my journey of really walking through grief. And you know, there's so many books out there and they're all really awesome, but you know, it's like the 10 steps of grieving or here's how to walk through it and da-da-da-da. And I just want to tell you that through my journey, what I really learned is that there's no real right or wrong way to grieve. Everyone has their own personal experience and everyone has to do what they need to do to really walk through it and become emotionally healthy on the other side. So through my experiences, I have 3 life lessons that I'd like to share with you. You know, you can take them or you can leave them. The first one I want to share with you is actually, you know, it's okay to not be okay. So often we want to be strong. In fact, that's what I did. I was like, okay, I'm a strong person. I'm going to get through this. I don't need a counselor. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just going to make sure that I can just keep going, keep working, keep going to the grind and kind of distract myself. Well, what I learned after 6 months was that that wasn't working for me. I wasn't okay. And I had to be okay with not being okay. I started to journal. I started to go to the water here in Seattle, the awesome water we have. And just get it out, just cry, just talk, whatever it was. Also, I started to make myself tell people what I was going through, communicating, you know, hey, I really need a break. I need to take some work off. You want to just go chat and get coffee. It's so important to start to allow yourself to get it out and give yourself the time to actually grieve. The second thing that I learned through this process, and I, wrote about, it's kind of become my life lesson, is I'm not crazy, I'm just grieving. Kind of coined that term because I really felt crazy all the time. I'd be watching a movie and maybe it was like some comedy and all of a sudden just this extreme anguish and frustration would just come out of me. I'd be angry and emotional and crying and take it out on people. And I really was like, who is this? This isn't Casey. This isn't who I know. And it was realizing, you know what, I'm not going crazy. I'm just having this extreme manifestation of my grief, especially because I wasn't letting it out and I wasn't telling people what I was going through. So give yourself a break. Realize you aren't going crazy. You may be acting a little bit crazy, but that's kind of what grief is. And number 3, I hated hearing this when I was in the heat of it, but I do want to tell you, if you're in the heat of it right now, it does get better, especially if you're starting to talk it out. You're going to a counselor, maybe talking to a friend. Start to get that emotion out. Let yourself cry, take time off. It will get better if you take the steps to actually allow yourself to heal. You know, it took me about 5 years before I could even look at a picture of my mom and remember the good times, before it would set me off into one of those crazy situations. But after 5 years, I was able to look through photos, even make an album and journal about her, look through her journals, and remember the happy memories. And so, yes, that situation will always be with me. It will always be something that maybe changed me a little bit, but also it's something that is making me a stronger person because I'm walking through it and hopefully I can help other people that are going through it as well. So those are my 3 life lessons that I learned. I mean, I learned a lot, but really that kind of summarizes what I learned from my experience. I hope that helps you. I know, like I said, we all go through it in different situations, different ways, but let's continue to get healthier one step at a time, talk things through, and give ourselves a little grace. Thanks so much for having me here, Women for One. You're a great community, and I look forward to staying in touch. Bye.